Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be plastic dipping my rims until I get new ones, just because I can't stand chrome or so I can't stand this color, and I think because the car is red, I think some black rims would look great. But I still haven't sold the truck yet, so I'm still putting $500 a month into that. So once I get rid of that, frees up a lot of money, then I can actually buy some real rims, get them a little bit bigger, eventually get some coilovers so I could slam it and get some nice fit in it. Because currently, totally fails. Look at that. Fit my whole foot in there. Probably fit Saber in there. Hey Saber, come here. Come here. Come here, buddy. Yeah. Come here. Oh yeah. Oh, he can stick his whole like snout in there. Almost fit his whole head in there. Could almost fit his whole head in there. What do you think, Saber? You fit in there? It's close. He might be able to fit in there. He'd freak out. But anyways, I'm going to show you two ways of plasti dipping. One is the lazy or the super easy way, which I would do the whole car this way just because it's temporary, first off, so I don't need it to last forever. And second off, it's way easier, way quicker. I could get the whole car done probably in about 20 minutes. Second way is going to take probably twice as long, so probably like 40 minutes if I would do the whole car. But first things first, either way, clean your rims. Get them super clean. The cleaner the better. And then dry them off before you start painting. So it looks like I never picked up my tire cleaning kit from my parents' house. So I'm just gonna use a bucket with some dish soap and a rag. And I know that the two bucket method, where you have one to rinse off the dirty rag and then one to get new fresh clean water, would work best, but once again, I'm not really worried about them lasting too long. I just need them to maybe make it through the summer into fall, where I'll probably hopefully get new rims by then and tires. Lug nuts before you take the tire off the ground, or else it'd be a real pain unless you have impact gun to take these off. Since I don't have the original wrench for this, I don't have a different one either. I have to just use a socket. It's a regular socket. Hopefully have enough strength to loosen these bad boys up. Which I don't. It's on dang tight. But I have a pipe to be able to get more leverage on this. Look at that. Comes off with almost no effort when you have the extra leverage. Bro, back. Love these jacks. tire. Man, these are so much smaller than my truck tires. Probably like curl this thing. Oh yeah. Not the best form, but yeah, definitely doable. Alright, so I'm gonna do one. I'm only taking one off. Too much work. Not worth it because I don't need to keep them for too long. I only want to paint them for the time being until I get new ones. So give or take, I don't know, 3 months, 4 months. Hopefully sooner. Hopefully I can get rid of the truck much sooner than that. Apparently my dog likes, Saber likes tires too. Smell good, buddy? Alright guys. Alright guys, a couple tips for plasti-dipping your tires, at least using this method. One, if you can, try to use a garage, get less wind that way. Mine looks pretty darn full. Can't really see, but there's the other bike in the back over there, right there. But yeah, try to get somewhere there's not a lot of wind, especially if you want to get a really good paint job on it, nice and even, and minimize the overspray. Number two, place something under it. If you're gonna paint your driveway, grass, garage floor, basement floor, definitely don't recommend doing it in a basement unless you have a ton of windows that are all open. Bear with me as I try to get this. There we go. So once you got something under it, so I've seen people do, and I've actually done it this way before too, is taking note cards and placing it all around the rims, kind of like this, to stop the overspray on the tire. Plasti-dip is rubber. You can rub it off for the most part. Plus, this color I'm using is black, so you won't even be able to tell because the tires are already rubber. So I'm not even worried about that. And last one, I would say, make sure they're very dry. So even if the sun has dried them, I would take, oh, and you saw that. So make sure you put something down in the corners of your tarp or whatever you have on the floor. Then you can begin spraying. No prep work other than that. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. All right, first tip, or another tip, I mean, not first, but another tip is make sure you have enough plasti-dip, because you don't want to start doing this and realize you're out of plasti-dip and you need to drive your car that you just have 2 or 3 tires that are freshly painted to go to the store and get more plasti-dip. Or you can let it dry for a couple hours and then you have a car with 3 black rims or 3 colored rims, painted rims, and 1 that's still the steel or chrome or whatever color it is. And then you just look like a fool that didn't buy enough plasti-dip. So sure, I would recommend about 2 cans. If you really want to try to keep the original color and protect it, and maybe down the road peel off the plasti-dip, I might go with a little more than 2, maybe 3 cans, just so you get a thick layer of plasti-dip that you can peel off nicely. I've done where I did about 1.5 cans, maybe 2 cans on 4 rims, and when I went to try to peel it off, it didn't come off. So I actually had to use a wire brush, and it put some decent scratches on my rims. The rims were pretty trashy anyways, they were bent, so I didn't really care that much, but it was a pain to take all that plasti-dip off. And I used, another tip is that use dark colors, because I used black before, it looked great, and then one time I tried a lime green on my other Subie that I used to have, and it looked good for like 3 days until they got dirty, and then you can never really get it clean because it's plasti-dip on your rims. It's very difficult to clean. But I'm done talking. I'm gonna start spraying. Definitely don't recommend doing this in the wind, like I am. Have a nice little first layer, base layer. I'm gonna give that a few minutes to dry. In the meantime, I'm gonna prep the other 3 rims, because you don't want to go too thick. It's not gonna dry very nicely. It's gonna leave some weird textures to the rims. Just go light, give yourself some time, especially if you want to keep it for a long time. So for when the tire is still on the car, get it clean, get it dry off, just like we did in the other style. This one, all you do is just in all these little gaps, shove something behind it. Paper towel works nicely. Newspaper, magazine pages, paper bags, paper bags would work. Plastic bags, we've done that before. And you know, honestly, whatever really works is fine. It's not that big of a deal, it's just rubber. So even if you do overspray a little bit, it's rubber. It'll burn right off your calipers. All this stuff back here, no big deal. You get some rubber spray on them. The last tip I could think of is protecting your body paint, especially on windy days like today. Just tape some pages, newspaper, magazine, paper bags, plastic bags, whatever you got, tarp around the body of the wheel well, just to keep the plastic dip off of it. It tends to overspray quite a bit, and I mean, if you do get it on there, it's not a big deal. You could just probably rub it off, or not probably, you can rub it off for the most part and take it off. It's just a little extra work that no one wants to do. Pretty easy to just tape a couple pieces of newspaper or whatever around the wheel well and avoid all of that. So I recommend it. Another thing you might want to think about is to move your dog. Don't spray your dog, move. Saber, go. Another thing I might want to think about is taking a little bit of tape, covering up your lug nuts. Unless you want them to be whatever color you're painting your rims, which is all up to you, honestly. Because it's your car, you do what you want. I'm gonna do what I want. I think I'm gonna cover them up a little bit. Just mostly the tips.
It took me probably about like an hour and a half, and that's with filming, so it's relatively quickly. But keep in mind that the more effort you put into it, the better it's going to turn out. And definitely the technique of taking the rim off, you can get all the right angles to spray all around and make sure you got it pretty good. The other thing is that with the plasti-dip, I did about 2 cans, and definitely not going to be enough to peel off the black. It'll be enough to keep the black on there. Keep in mind that you always want to have a spare can at home because you're going to need to touch it up every once in a while, especially if you get some curb rash. That's going to tear right through the plasti-dip. But if you don't really hit anything with it, or you don't get no curb rash or anything like that, it turns out pretty good. Stays relatively clean. Black is not that hard to keep clean. Some of the brighter colors are very hard to keep clean. Here's how it turned out. So, as always, thanks for watching. Remember, we're not professionals, and we're just doing this for fun. So subscribe.